Hello, my name is Sarah Briggs, and I'm the High School English Curriculum Facilitator for Gaston County Schools. This video is to provide an overview of the English Language Arts curriculum for the state of North Carolina. The North Carolina Standard Course of Study for ELA was begun in April 2017 when the State Board of Education adopted new ELA standards for grades K through 12. The standard course of study describes what students should know, understand, and be able to do by the end of each grade level. How these standards are taught is decided at a district level. The North Carolina Standard Course of Study was developed based on feedback provided from the following: parents, community members, business and industry professionals, higher education faculty, and educators. This video will discuss the language strand. Language skills are inseparable from and vital to reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Even though these skills are in a separate strand, it's important for students to use effective and correct language skills in all contexts. The North Carolina ELA language standards emphasize the use of accurate language skills, not just the identification of accurate language skills. The grammar and conventions grade band continuums allow for differentiation and reteaching as needed. It is important that the students begin to demonstrate proficiency in the lower grades of each band, while students in the highest grade of the band should demonstrate proficiency of the listed language skills by the end of the school year. Cluster number 1 under the language strand deals with standards about the conventions of standard English. These are traditional grammar concepts such as capitalization, spelling, and punctuation rules. Cluster number 2 discusses the knowledge of language, dealing in nuances between words, as well as how our language develops. So thinking about roots and stems, prefixes and suffixes. Finally, in cluster 3, we have vocabulary acquisition and use. So thinking about how students can use context clues or describe nuances in word meaning. So what does instruction aligned to the North Carolina Standard Course of Study look like in the classroom? Using North Carolina's instructional practices for ELA, we can see in practices number 3, activities and instruction support building academic vocabulary systematically, that teachers are regularly highlighting and providing opportunities for students to engage in vocabulary and academic language that will serve them in other areas. Also, practice number 12, which asks for right language standards to be used and integrated throughout student writing. These are just 2 of the practices that really highlight how teachers integrate language standards throughout their instruction in the ELA classroom. The vision of Gaston County Schools is to inspire success and a lifetime of learning, including in the English Language Arts classroom.